Direct. I'm here with you again, and today we are going to be talking about mini skeins and how we can use them effectively in our projects and why we would want to use mini skeins. And this is a project using mini skeins. So before I go on though, I wanted to let you know who our winner was from last week, and she won a couple skeins of the Malabrigo Rios. This is a hand-painted superwash merino yarn, which I dearly love. And the winner is Rosa Jimenez, and we are very happy to tell you you won these wonderful skeins of yarn, and so we will be contacting you for your address and be able to ship this out to you, so you'll be able to enjoy that today. And so I also wanted to let you know while you're talking, if you have questions, please go ahead and post your comments and any questions, whatever you have, in the comment section, and we can talk about it as we go along. And if you, also this week we have a contest, and our contest this week is for these mini skeins, and this is called Unicorn Tales by Madeline Tosh. And you can see these are the actual color ways that you can enter to win, and it's right around 50 yards of hand-painted superwash merino that you can use to add a little color to your project. So this will be the winning item for this week. And the way that you want to enter to win is you just post where you're from, what projects you're working on, you post that in the comments, and then you're automatically entered to win. So that's pretty cool. So that's what someone's going to be winning this week. That'll be nice. Anyways, okay. So I am going to be talking about, first of all, I'm going to show you some mini skeins, okay, so you can understand what we're talking about. And when I'm talking about mini skeins, I'm talking about items such as these pack-a-peds. And it's called the Passy Shawl Kit, but it's actually just mini skeins of superwash wool, and this has alpaca in it. And so here's some of the colorways of this product. And it has like 540 yards per each package. And the colorways, they all nicely match each other, which is another good reason to get mini skeins, because they've taken the work out of it for you. You don't have to guess, is this shade the right shade, or what shade's going to work best, because, you know, sometimes on our computers our screens don't work all that well, or they show the colors a little differently, and you might get a surprise that you don't particularly like. So getting the actual kits like this, you will have no surprises that you don't enjoy. So it's a great way to do it. So let me show you some more kits. This is Wonderland Yarns, and this is kind of their older type packaging. They package both ways. They package like this. Oh, you can see the different colorways. Can you, got it? Or you can get these beautiful skeins. One second, I'm gonna reach over here, Jim. And these skeins, they're just the same exact yarn as those kits that I showed you before, but it's wound in kind of a ponytail type thing. It's pretty cool. And you can see how the color is a gradient colorways. And then let me just show you a couple more.
Who are those by?
These are Wonderland Yarns, Cheshire Cat. And it's 640 yards in each of these little kits that we have here. And I really like how they're put up. They're very pretty. So let me show you a couple more. One second here, Jim. There's a couple more colorways, and I like that gray one. This one right here is really nice to use if you wanted to use like a brighter one in between. So you use two colorways, and it really just shows up beautifully. It's a nice kind of a base, neutralish type colorway that goes with lots of different colors.
The question was, why would you use those?
Yeah. Let me tell you why. Here's one. There are several reasons, but let me just tell you one reason, okay? Say that I was going to buy this. I wanted to do a color work project, and it took several colors, right? Okay, say I'm going to buy 5 different colors, for instance, right? And this Ultra Alpaca Fine, it's a fingering weight yarn, and these packs are all in fingering weight. So, I needed a total of maybe 437 yards, right? So each of these skeins are 437 yards, and they're $12 each. So 12 times 5 is 60. So you would pay $60, plus you would have over 2,000 yards, and you really only need 437 for the project, right? So you're going to pay $60. Whereas if I buy this one that's already done for you, it's just over $30, maybe $35. But I have just the quantity that I need for the project, so I don't have a ton of leftovers, and I'm not spending $60, I'm spending $35. So that's a pretty good deal to get hand-painted yarn in just enough for the project that you're working on, okay?
So lots of people from the East Coast and
oh, hello everyone from the East Coast. I
And
hope
Texas
it's nice
as well.
weather there.
Texas as well.
Yeah, good, wonderful. Yeah, it's going to be up to maybe 53 degrees today, and I'm planning on going on a run later on today. I'm taking my little miniature Aussie Andy, and we're going to go for a run. I think I'll probably go about 6 miles today. So, okay. Also, if you choose the Wonderland yarns, say I have one of these, and I want to make a bigger shawl, and I want just a background or a base color in between, I have these Wonderland yarns, Cheshire Cat. So this is it's 512 yards. It's great yardage. And I think it's right around $22 for one of these or so. And it makes, it's the exact same yarn that's in your packages. So these yarns are great to use because they have the complementary solid colors to go with them, so you can find different colors for your projects. So if you need a small amount of colored yarn and then a larger skein for in between, then that's what you would choose. That's wonderful. All right, so remember everyone out there, everyone who wants to enter the contest to win our unicorn tails, I chose these 4 different colorways. Add a little color to your projects. Each skein is about 52 yards or so. And really nice, bright, hand-painted superwash merino wool from Madelinetosh, and that's called Unicorn Tails. And the way you enter to win this contest is you write comments in the comment section, and you tell us what you're working on. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you would like to see in the store. Anything that you would like to tell us, and then you'll be entered to win the contest. So go ahead and do that, and that'd be great.
Could you hold those up a little closer?
Sure, of course I can. Yeah, unicorn tails are really popular. We sell a lot of these. People want to add a little color to the edge of a hat. I brought this just little hat here to show that it's how you can have a little color on the edge of your hat. This is a brioche project, but it just adds something nice.
They're asking how much are they?
For the unicorn tails?
Yeah.
I think unicorn tails are right around $5 and for the 52 yards, but I see a lot of people using them. And once again, if you bought their regular TML or sock or anything like that, it's over $20 a skein. So if you just want a little splash of color, it's the way to go. It's less expensive for you. So now I'm talking about, okay, so we've talked about this shawl that I'm wearing. This is called the Tabulated shawl, and I have to mention that I have wonderful staff here. And Terry is one of our employees, and she just finished her Tabulated shawl. And so I wanted to show that to you, and that's using the mini skein sets. And I'm pretty sure that she used Cheshire Cat, and then she probably used one of the solid colors in between, or maybe she used 2. No, it looks like a solid color. The blue one's a solid, but anyway, it looks beautiful. And that was a pattern that was written by Megan Jones, and it was a class that we gave. And it was a really fun class, and Megan Jones is a great designer, so you can check out her other patterns that she has online. And we have them on our website at alpacadirect.com. So that was that one. Now, I wanted to show you, there's all different things that you can do with color with these gradient sets. And boy, all you need is you basically need a pattern that has small sections that are divided. Or you can just make your own divided. If it's just stockinette stitch, I've seen people just do projects where they use one of these and they just knit some with one color and just keep going. Keep changing yarns and going up, and you get a darker and darker. I just saw a pair of fingerless mitts on Ravelry that was doing that exact same thing. And it looked really, really cute. So don't be afraid to use these color packs for that's wonderful. And having the packet peds, it has actually alpaca in the yarn, and anything with alpaca is wonderful for the winter time just because it's so completely warm. And I don't know, for me, I get cold easily, and so that alpaca is a godsend to me. It's actually life-changing. So anyways, it's pretty cool. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about, I have all these samples here we're going to be going over, and I have, our staff has brought all this stuff in, so most of it is from our knitting group or our staff members that have done this. So I wanted to discuss this. First one is called the Anara Wrap by Amba O'Brien, and this one uses two different mini skeins. It's the Frabjous Fibers mini skein sets, and that's the colorway was Shilling and Pence, and then Too Much Pepper. But do you see, she used the gray. Remember we were talking about the gray color as a good neutral, and then she took the teal and did that one. Can you see it well, Jim? Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can show you. But the Anara Wrap pattern by Amba O'Brien is a lovely pattern. And she has many patterns that she has designed that I totally love. And there are some on there that they may not look outstanding when you first look at them. But oh my gosh, I have seen so many of her patterns knit up. And our students have brought it into the shop, or our fellow knitters, and it's just beautiful. But do you see how this has a simple lace section and then a garter rest section, and they just took the dark and kind of integrated it in, so you can be very creative in your projects that you're working on and get some beautiful, beautiful projects. And this yarn is delightfully soft. I'm telling you, I have really, really sensitive skin, and I can put this yarn right up to my skin, and it does not make my skin irritated in any way. So I would say it's worth investing in. It's just such a gorgeous project. I love this Anara Wrap, and Kirsten was kind enough to let us take a look at that today. Now, I'll show you another one that she did. And this one is by a local hand dyer. She didn't say who it was, but it's somewhere here in Coeur d'Alene. It's called the Messenger Shawl by Stephanie Sheeman, and it's a local pattern that, a local dyer that dyed this yarn. But see how beautiful it is. So you can use these hand dyed yarns. They have a vibrancy to the color, and oh my, the hand dyed yarns are wonderful. So please share with us and let us know what you're working on, and let us share with your friends so that we can all learn from each other, and we can get good ideas for knitting. Okay? And if you have any questions while we're going along, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer it. So anyways, but this shawl is called the Messenger Shawl by Stephanie Sheeman, and it is on Ravelry, I'm sure. Make sure to press the like button if you like what we're looking at, and share with your friends. Yep, so we can all learn from each other, and we can all enjoy our knitting enthusiasm together. But isn't that beautiful? All the different colorways, and you'll see, and again, more garter sections, and then just a very simple lace pattern. But that's really beautiful. Nice little shawl to wear, stay nice and warm, and add a punch of color to your outfits.
What was the pattern on that?
This one is called the Messenger Shawl by Stephanie Sheeman, and I'm sure you can find it on Ravelry. I know that Kirsten likes to look at Ravelry a lot. Okay, so this next one that we're going to be looking at is another of the tabulated shawls, but I wanted to show you how this person chose to do their project. And this one is using this yarn right here is a multicolored one, and then the greens are the gradient, the greens into the teal. And that was making that tabulated shawl again. Can you see it okay, Jim?
Yep.
See how beautiful that is? So you guys, if you have beautiful projects like this, if you can give us pictures and post those on our comments section, everyone looks at them, and I do too. I look at them, and I really get inspiration from all of you out there. So if you can help me to inspire everyone so that we reach a little further and do a little better and knit a little more and have more fun, then we'll have lived a fuller life with the help of each other. So we want to do that. But anyway, that's a beautiful shawl too. All right. So the next one we're going to be talking about is the Therapy Shawl by Laura Ayler. And Laura Ayler, she's a great designer. Laura Ayler does all kinds of really neat things. If you're looking for a designer that knits, that writes patterns that are really clear and easy to understand, maybe you're going to knit your first sweater or cardigan, go to her website because she has several designs and her patterns are easy to read. So if you're looking for a cardigan or a sweater for a first-time knitter, I would go and use her patterns. They are excellent. And here's the Therapy Shawl, and this uses the Wonderland yarn, and it's called Mad Tea Party number 101. Oops, oh dear, I'm reading the wrong thing. Okay, this one uses the Cheshire Cat. And it's called Everyone Likes It, and it's number 61. And then they used some Allegria, and they used one package of the gradient set and then one in a solid color to make this shawl. And it's quite nice. Yeah, I like this yarn.
What's the yarn?
This one? This one is Cheshire Cat, because Everyone Likes It is a colorway. And it's number 61. And they also combined it with Allegria. Also, I wanted to mention to you guys, when you're doing colorwork projects or you're doing the mini skein sets, don't be afraid to mix brands. Get creative. These yarns will knit well together, and it doesn't have to be just Cheshire Cat or just Madelinetosh TML, or just, you can mix all these different things together and come up with beautiful creations. So be creative, think outside the box, and don't be afraid to do something that's different. You might be delighted by it. Oh, also, I wanted to mention again for anyone out there who didn't hear me, that today we're going to be entering a contest for these unicorn tails. They're 52 yards each. It's by Madelinetosh, and it's hand-painted superwash merino wool, so you can add a bit of color to your projects. This would be great to do fingerless mitts or something like that. And all you need to do to enter is post your comments, post pictures, tell us where you're from, and we can send this out to you if you win. So go ahead and do that. Also, okay, now when I was telling you don't be afraid to use different yarns, I wanted to show you an example here. This one's called The Deep Forest by Jana Markova, and the knitter has used the Mad Tea Party number 101, and they have also used one skein of the pink and one skein of turquoise in Baby Cherish by Plymouth. Now that Baby Cherish by Plymouth is a discontinued yarn, so I don't think you're going to find it. You may have a hard time finding that yarn, but it's a DK weight yarn, so you can use any DK weight yarn with good results. Now, if you'll notice on this shawl, it is totally beautiful, but it's using fingering weight yarn and it's using DK weight yarn. So if you look at it, sorry, Jim, let's see. If you look at these pink spots right here, that is DK weight yarn. And up above it is fingering. And then up above it again is a turquoise color, and that is DK weight yarn. But if you look at it really closely, it gives dimension and depth using the DK weight yarn in there. So don't be afraid to mix the different weights of yarn to get some really cool results. I think this shawl is absolutely lovely. And it's called The Deep Forest Shawl by Jana Markova.
And that's on our site too.
Yes, and it's on the website. So
several people from New York and New Jersey.
Hello, everyone out there. I hope the weather's okay. We're enjoying lovely weather today, but I know that there is rain on the way. unfortunately, but that's okay. It makes the grass green, so we're happy about green grass. But, yes. So there is that one.
Everyone loves that shawl.
Isn't it beautiful? What she did is she just took a bunch of really, in-your-face kind of colorways and put them together, and it just makes this beautiful rainbow of colors, of different colors. And then she went and added the DK weight yarn, which added some dimension to it. I don't know, I think this is beautiful. I think we should all do this. And myself included, because I tend to go with safe choices and, I don't know, muddy gray or what have you. And sometimes I should just get a splash of color, like this one, for instance.
Mention that was a free pattern.
Mad Tea Party. Look at that one. If you wanted to get wild. Isn't that beautiful? And this one is number 101 by Cheshire Cat Wonderland Yarns. And that is 640 yards. That's pretty cool. You can make a nice shawl with that one. What were you saying, Jim? You were saying mention this pattern right here?
It's a free pattern.
Yes. It's called The Deep Forest by Jana Markova. And that is, well, you can see how gorgeous it is. We all need to knit this one up. And then we need to get some DK yarn to add with it for the dimension. It's beautiful. All right. So, and I wanted to, here's another thing I wanted to tell you about. Okay, so given that we have our mini skeins and that we've decided that using mini skeins can be a cost savings at times, right? And that we don't have to worry about whether or not the colors are going to match because they picked them out for us. How cool is that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I showed you all of the examples of how they're used in delightful ways. You want to look for patterns that maybe have a little lace section, then have a bit of garter stitch, and then maybe another lace section, so you can go from color to color in a uniform way, following the patterns along. So, okay, so you've decided, I don't know if I like the mini skein sets. Well, there's a yarn here, and it's called Ultra Alpaca Light. Now, this is considered a sport weight yarn, but I use it interchangeably with the fingering weight yarns all the time. And this is your 50-50 alpaca wool blend, and it's by Baracco, and it is reasonably priced. I think it is about less than $7 per skein. So you could get 5 different skeins for $35, right? So it's very close to the Wonderland yarns price. The ways that are different, that it's different than the Wonderland yarns, is that it is an alpaca blend. It is not hand painted, so you don't have that beautiful hand paint look, but you still have a nice look. So for color work, it's pretty nice. This is a good option for you. And this is called Ultra Alpaca Light, and it is by Baracco. And this is superfine alpaca, 50%, and 50% Peruvian Highland wool. And there's actually 144 yards in each skein. So this is a good yarn to use for color work projects as well. It might be just a little bit more itchy, but if you're doing color work socks or you're doing different things, this has a lot of uses. This is a great yarn. I love it. You should try it. It's very cool. Okay. Also, I wanted to mention that we just got in a huge shipment of Baracco. So if you're looking for Ultra Alpaca, you're looking for Ultra Alpaca Chunky, you're looking for vintage, chunky, you're looking for the Comfort Sock, which is a sock weight yarn that doesn't contain any wool for those who have itchy skin and can't tolerate the wool, or maybe, just allergic to it. That Comfort Sock is wonderful too. And we just got a huge stock of all that in. It hasn't been opened up yet, but by the end of the day, it will definitely be there. And I wanted to mention one more time to you about our contest. This is for unicorn tails. We have 4 unicorn tails. This is 52 yards per each little mini skein. And all you have to do to enter this is post comments, tell us where you're from, and what you're working on, and you can be entered to win the project. Okay? So you have a great day today. You get out there and go do whatever it is you're doing and have a wonderful time while you're doing it. Have a good day. Bye.